I'm just sitting here on the telephone line. What's up, everybody? Welcome to SHIRO Show. I am very late.
Right
very late. You didn't think the last time would be late, but guess what? It was even later. We made it later. We somehow managed to outlate the late.
Yeah, this is late night SHIRO, everybody.
Lero, if you will.
Pour yourself a drink and kick back and relax.
Yeah, no.
This doesn't mean you can make a bunch of late night off-color jokes, Pat. You
like
have
that
to
would
keep it
stop
clean
me.
for a
I
family
would
show.
make those jokes in the daytime, let alone the nighttime.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for sticking around with me in chat for the last hour or so. I hope you were all entertained, pretty much treating it like an IRC and hanging out.
We're getting more new people in the chat.
Wallace and Gromit and stuff. Yeah, we have.
Like
you want to say hi to everybody in chat so far?
Sure.
I guess it's a long chat, but
it is a long chat. I heard from rumors, my rumor elves, that there was a lot of Pat jokes at my expense, saying stuff like, "Well, hey Pat, he should have been running fast with those Nikes." I think somebody in the chat said something to the effect of, "I think they should get NORAD the track, Pat." And then I think I saw Pat.
That would have been a good idea.
Pat Watch 2026.
Yes,
that was a good one.
We were on Pat Watch 2026.
2026. Well, you found me. All right, so thank you. We're gonna have a different list this time. A lot of new people in the chat. Got Sizwiv. Hopefully I pronounced that right. GG. Max Geese. Got Danthrax Course. Ariak 1. Got Paru Nexus. Hello to Dianakins. Shout out Trekkies Unite 118 or Sega Fanatic 5188. So close enough. Let's see here.
We know you are.
We know who you are. Pudgy Bunny, of course. Got Analog Black Sheep. Got let's see who else we got here. Murder of Crows. Trying to go down the list. There's a big chat list. There's been a lot of fun since I left. Joe Satini. I almost said Satriani too. Firehair 12,000. Thank you. These Darch Taco 3926. Neil Henderson. All right. Shadow Mask shouts out. Ring Fault. Z and Z 1964. So we got a full chat. Got a lot of new people here. Or different people here, so kind of cool. Get sort of different people in the chat with other people's gone, so
yeah,
that's really cool to get that. As you guys know, I am very late, but you're in luck because you get to see me in my business suit, my business casual outfit. Dapper
today, Pat. I'm in black too, but a little less formal. It's just my SHIRO hoodie.
SHIRO shirt.
My favorite hoodie.
All right, $5 for GG. Budget or buttery? Using a Mr. Bones disc to finish slicing a pizza that wasn't sliced through all the way. Honestly, I'm kind of worried with that. The pizza. With a copy of Mr. Bones, I'm afraid you might get some bacterial infection or some stuff from that because of all the doo-doo all over the Mr. Bones disc. So I'd probably go with budget on that one. What about you, Dan? Budget or buttery?
I'm gonna contradict you and say buttery, because I mean, well, I guess pizza doesn't normally have butter on it, but it can have a buttery tasting crust, and even if Mr. Bones is involved, it can still be a buttery snack.
Buttery
so
affair.
That's my answer. A buttery affair.
I guess it would be an expensive pizza cutter, probably like a $60-$70 pizza cutter. Could have garlic butter on the crust. Oh, that's okay. I don't know. I've never been a fan of garlic on the crusts. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, I love garlic. Put garlic on everything.
Well, at least you know you're not a vampire.
That's true. I'm not.
Good for the bones.
I can also be seen in mirrors, so that's good.
Oh, well, that remains to be seen.
We don't have confirmation of that, right?
Well, I mean, I don't see your reflections of your glasses, so I'm kind of getting a bit sus. A little bit sus on that one. So. But yeah.
All right. Well, besides work keeping you late, what's been new with you this week, Pat?
Pretty good. I figured out that I think Nike hates me.
Oh. That's not.
I've been entering all their shoe stuff, their shoe like raffle stuff, and I've lost every single time. Try to get some of the new Kobe 6s. Lost them on like 3 different raffles. I think Nike just likes to get a big middle finger and be like, you know what, you want it, go buy it at resale value, you loser. And gives me a big middle finger. So fun times. So if anybody has leads on Kobe 6s that aren't $500, please let me know.
Well, I have a pickup this week, but I cannot show it to you because it's currently hooked up in the living room. I bought a new TV. I did not want to buy a new TV, but my hand was forced by 2 things. One, our TV that we've been using for the last half dozen years or so was like an edge lit one where the edge lighting is at the bottom of it. And the edge lighting was starting to go. One of the edge lights that was like just right of center was just like pretty much totally out. It was just like this big shadow cast, this beam of shadow cast across every image. Right almost in the middle.
Like a mask of shadow.
Yeah, like a mask of shadow. And and then another one was starting to go to the right of that too. And then conversely, along like the bottom and a little bit to the left of it, there were like these flecks of white. Like really bright spots that were like appearing around the bottom of the screen. It was very strange.
Sure, it wasn't your eyesight?
No, it was not my eyesight because Bunny could see it too.
It was both your eyesight. I'm joking.
I mean, fair, but yeah, that was like getting distracting. Like we kind of lived with like the white stuff that had been there for a while at the bottom, but like then when there's like a big shadow just like going right up the middle of the screen, we're like, all right, this sucks. So our hand was forced by that, and then also the fact that it was the week leading up to the Super Bowl, which means that here in the United States, there's a bunch of sales on TVs. Supposedly, it's the best time of the year to buy TVs, but based on my price research, the prices were all pretty much the same as like Black Friday weekend. Yeah. Although, like the prices for Black Friday weekend and this past week were both better than like any other time of the year. So it still is one of the best times of the year to buy a TV. So I figured, well, all right, if I'm going to buy one, I should probably just like bite the bullet and do it this week because they're just going to get more expensive. So we had a 58-inch TV.
Nice.
I guess I was edge lit. And in the like 7 years since this TV was originally manufactured, a lot of things apparently changed. They don't make edge lit TVs really anymore, unless maybe like the cheapest smaller ones still do that.
Technology
but like,
outside the window.
Yeah, decent TVs don't use edge lighting anymore, probably because it has problems like what we found and kind of sucks. The other thing is that it was a 58-inch, and they don't really make 58-inch TVs anymore.
I was gonna say that's a weird length, 58 inches. That's like I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, it was something that was only with like edge lit TVs, but with the kind of TVs that they make now, LEDs have, you know, like the array of backlighting.
Yeah, I was going to say usually it goes
reliable and better looking.
Usually it goes like 55 and 65. I don't remember ever seeing like a 58.
Yeah, that's what I had to choose from. That's how they do those now. It's 55 and 65. So it's like either we're going to go down 3 inches, which would be more affordable, but they say it sucks to like go from one TV to a smaller TV because you're used to the bigger size and it just feels bad. Or we could go up 7 inches to a 65-inch. So I splurged and went for a 65-inch TCL QM7K, I think it's called. It's like their top of the line is the 8K. Not an 8K resolution, they're all 4K, but like the QM means like quantum dot mini LED.
Yeah.
And so like the 7 series is like the second from top line. So yeah, it was $800 of debt. That was fun, but it does look really nice. And I figured, you know, we use the TV every day, so I may as well get a really good one.
Honestly, I never feel bad when I splurge on a TV. Like the last one I bought the LG C1 back in 2021 for like, I think it was like $1,500 or like $1,800 or something like that. But I didn't really care because it was 65 inches of one of the best TVs you could get. So the thing is that it was nuts in my room. Basically, I had a 65-inch in my little room, so it was like a huge ass TV on my wall. But now I have it in the living room, and it's not as impressive as it was in my living room, or sorry, in my bedroom. So I kind of wish I I kind of think the next TV I want to get is like a 75 or 80 inch. But like the
Oh
thing
my
is
goodness.
that I usually only get TVs if they break. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever gotten a TV because I was like, you know what, let me upgrade for no reason.
I mean, I did do
yeah.
that. Well, I guess when I originally got my house here like a dozen years ago, I got a TV to go with it, and it was like a 42-inch 1080p that had like 3D capabilities with 3D glasses, which was kind of neat. So that was like the style at the time was 3D technology in TVs.
Yeah.
And that was good for a long time, but like eventually there was like a lot of 4K content coming out. So like half a dozen years ago, Bunny's dad actually got us a 4K TV, which is the one that just started going out recently here. So like technically there was nothing wrong with the 1080p 3D TV, and I do still have it. We have it in an upstairs like extra bedroom with some like my older consoles hooked up to it, like the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So yeah, like, but I mean, this one that has like bad edge lighting, we're just gonna recycle it because just the pictures, it's not very good. It's junk. So
yeah, the weirdest thing happened to me when my TV died though is that so I put the TV out to the side of the road, and like I put it with the remote and everything so people could just grab it, and then I go out the next day and the remote and everything else with it's gone. It's just the TV. I'm like, why?
that's weird. Maybe they thought they could repurpose the remote or something.
They didn't take the remote; they just left it there. So the TV's
they
gone.
took the TV and not the remote. Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I'm like, all right. So I chucked it in the garbage. I'm like, all right then, that's fine with me.
Had your chance.
Yeah, but yeah, I have a nice 65-inch. Honestly, it looks pretty good downstairs. It's not bad. A lot of people think like it might be. I think it might be a little bit too high, like slightly high. But I kind of need it because I have the TV and the speakers on top of it, so I don't want it to sort of clank against stuff. But it's not too high, I guess. It's decently. Like my neck's not hurting watching TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. I was like, is it a little bit too high? But everyone thinks it's okay, so nobody's getting a headache or anything like that. But I do think the next year when he has like a 80-incher, maybe move this one upstairs. But I don't really have any urges to get a new TV, and the size is fine. Like the room I have, I think the 65-inch is plenty of TV. Like it's not like I don't need it to be that big, and frankly, I think I'm okay with it. But yeah,
65 like kind of dominates our fairly small living room, so I feel pretty good about this size. Hopefully, it'll serve us well for a long time.
It should be fine. It should be fine. I do really miss it when my 65-inch was huge. I remember the first thing I watched on it was Cowboy Bebop, the live action Netflix one. I was like, holy crap, this thing is like insane. On like the brand new LG like 4K 120 hertz TV was nutso.
Yeah, one of the first things that we watched was the new season of Freerun. Actually, I mean, like the first thing we put on there was like a YouTube 8K video of like fish swimming through coral or something, which looked cool. Amazing.
You turned off the motion blur and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, I thought I had turned it all off, but then I'm sitting there watching an anime, and anime has a very deliberately lower frame rate, right? Because they're drawing it on 2s, and like I could immediately tell this is not normal. It's like it doesn't look right. I'm like, is there some other smoothing things? I'm going through the options, like, oh yep, there's more. There are like multiple smoothing options on this TV. I had to turn them all off so it would be normal, watchable.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I think I got all of it off. I did the whole TV setup thing and checked all the settings when I first got it, so it should be okay. I do like it. The only thing is that it has some issues with the HDR with the PS5 for some reason. I don't know what's up with that, but it might be my receiver. I have like a Sony receiver. I might just be messing with it.
Yeah, when I tried to play Phantasy Star Online 2 on my Xbox Series X with this TV, it was like, hey, you've got Dolby Vision. You should turn Dolby Vision on your Xbox. So I'm like, sure, sounds great. And it made the whole game super blown out, washed out. I mean, like the Sega logo that pops up was like almost white. It was so light blue. It was not the proper like solid Sega blue. And just the whole game just looked bad. Like you could barely read text. I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, how do I fix this? And I figured out I had to turn the stupid Dolby Vision off on the Xbox, and that looked normal again. So whatever. I don't know what's up with that.
Just good stuff with TV. So yeah, I'm glad
Anyway,
you got a new TV, Dan, and it's working out
yeah,
for you. Sorry, you had to spend
yeah.
$800, but honestly, that's not that too bad. Like I had to spend like almost 2,000 on mine, so I think you made out like a bandit.
Yeah, that's like what OLEDs cost. I was not about to pay that for a TV.
Yeah,
This is pretty
yeah,
much the income tax refund check that'll be coming eventually. So, you know, I
fair
guess that'll
enough.
pay for it.
Yeah, I usually what I do is when I need a new TV or technology, I put it on my Best Buy card, and they don't charge interest for like 12 months. So I paid off
Mm,
within like 2 or 3 months. So I don't have
mm,
the interest on it. So I don't think I've ever paid interest on anything I bought on my Best Buy credit card. And it's got like a
nice.
$4,000 limit, so I just put like random stuff like, oh, I need a new PC thing. Oh, I just put it on there.
Hmm.
Not buying
Yeah,
any PC parts recently, but you know,
right. Understandably.
I'd recommend
Yeah,
that to
I got
people.
this from Best Buy too, but instead of the interest-free financing, I opted for the reward bucks. Got like $35 in rewards or something, which will probably use on something at some point. So,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, honestly, I'm always just a fan of that, but I'm glad you went the same route I did with the credit card. But I think that's the
mhm.
best way I recommend people. I don't usually give financial advice, but I definitely recommend if you need to buy new tech or something, get the Best Buy credit card and throw it on there and get the interest free for 12 months. But make sure you pay it off within 12 months, though. If you know you can't,
Yeah,
then don't do it. But if you know you can easily, like literally, like there's $200 a paycheck and it's like fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Someone said they also
Well,
go see
anyway,
one. Legend. Great
uh,
TV.
shall we move on to some Saturn talk here on our Saturn Talk show and get into the community
Sure.
section?
Sure, let me get the community music up.
Okay.
Glad I didn't forget it this time. What is new in the community section? I know we have some community updates. I can't exactly read it from the chat, unfortunately, because I didn't grab it in time. I was kind of in a rush.
Can you see our direct messages with the show outline?
I can look at it.
I
I
did bother
can't.
to do a show outline this week, and I've
Yeah,
got links to everything.
I didn't notice. I need to open it up. Is it something I need to read out loud on air? I see a couple in this
Uh,
community. Oh, is the SHIRO update for the 98 soccer?
yeah, we've got an update on the Netlink
Do I have to open
tournament.
the old article,
I
right?
guess. Yeah. So Double Dime is just like updating the old article with updates on how it's going, and
Yeah.
I can read it. I just thought you
Yeah,
might want to like
I'll
put it
just
up
get it
on screen.
while you read it. Yeah.
Okay, so Double Dime said round 2 of the SHIRO Sega Worldwide Soccer 98 online tournament has officially ended this week, and we are now looking at our first wave of champion matches, with Ben Claff already the European bracket champ as of today. So congrats to Ben Claff, won the European bracket.
Nice.
The remaining
Congrats.
round 3 will see Toast with the Most versus the notorious VDP in the West and the U.S. Western bracket, and Scrivani versus Double Dime in the Eastern U.S. bracket. Deadline for round 3 will be the end of February, so that's a couple of weeks from now. Who will move on to the finals and have a chance of becoming SHIRO's worldwide soccer champ?
The champion, if you
And
will.
also, if you scroll down a little, Pat, we've got like a little video. Ben Claff and MGB have the video of their match. MGB, I guess, recorded his match against Ben Claff. So that's really cool. If you want to check out a video, I'll probably post this on social media maybe tomorrow or something too. But if you want to check out his video, go over to our story here on the site. I'm linking it in chat. Or you can just go on to SegaSaturnShiro.com and search for, worldwide soccer, and it'll come up. And you can check out the video of their match, their bracket
Shrek it out, if you
championship
will.
match.
Shrek it out. That's really cool. Do we have any other community updates?
Yes. I think we should mention that the latest Editor's Corner podcast, episode 32, will be coming out for everyone tomorrow on Saturday, or if you are listening to this in podcast form, then it should already be out. So listen to that too.
To it. Yeah, listen to it right after this, or listen to that one first, whatever one you want to do. Just pause this one and load the other one up, or vice versa. All good.
It is a nice talk between Dave and Peter about Saturn fan translation and localization patches. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it
cool
has
hearing
been
the
available.
perspective.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's been available to Patreon subscribers of Shiro since January 31st. So after a couple weeks of exclusivity, it'll be available for everyone tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow. Listen up, and like I said, we got some more planned. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't been able to record any recently, but we got some more planned. We got something big on the Patreon though that's coming up. That's actually on there now, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, never a dull moment on the Patreon. So if you guys want
to be a Shiro Patreon subscriber,
exactly. So if you guys want to get some exclusive access to things, definitely recommend that. I know we try to update as much as we can. So, but if you stick with us, you'll get some surprising stuff. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we've got for the Shiro community, and we can get into the news next.
Alrighty. Segment music go.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, Pandemonium put up an interview with the developer of the homebrew game Vigilant Paradise, Riccardo Campione, and he put that up like during the show a couple weeks ago. So we said, okay, well, we'll talk about this, next week, and then we forgot to do it last week. Yeah. So I thought it would be nice if we could talk about it a little bit today.
Sure.
If you guys haven't checked that out yet, that also is on our website. You'll just have to scroll back to January 30th. It's Vigilant Paradise dev talks about a solo homebrew journey. And Riccardo had some fun things to say about how he kind of what brought him to making the game. I guess he was kind of like he saw a lot of homebrew being made for like the Mega Drive, and he wanted to kind of get in on that, but do something a little different. So he started looking at 5th generation consoles. I guess he grew up with the N64 and the PlayStation.
He has experience doing the Genesis as well. This isn't his first radio well, right. Since that was his first project, and he decided he wanted to get a shock on that. I just want to point that out.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, he made a game called Super Heavy Duty, which you can also get from his itch.io account. Because he sells that too. That's for the Mega Drive. So yeah, you're right. He had done that, and then he wanted to kind of do something different. So he was looking at the 5th gen consoles, and he thought, well, the Sega Saturn I don't know much about. So he kind of took an interest in it. I guess he was kind of curious, and he saw that Joe Engine was available and pretty well documented. So he started messing around with that. And 5 years later, he finally finished Vigilant Paradise.
It's cool. It's a fun game. Before we go, I just want to say that Zeta posted in the chat that his mom just passed away this morning. She was 96 and was a beautiful-hearted woman who lived to take care of everyone in her life. You give a shout out to your mom. Oh my God, 96 is insane. That's a great age.
I'm so sorry, Zed.
Yeah, we're sorry for your loss.
She lived a good long life, but I am sorry. Like that
it's not easy. No matter,
it's really hard.
Yeah, no matter how old the person is, that's hard to. So rest in peace. Sorry for your loss, Zed. You need to talk with us. Hit us up later. Definitely would love to talk. If you want. Definitely a beer emoji, or the beer emoji for her.
Yeah.
All right, but so going back to the article, basically, I really enjoyed reading it, hearing his perspective on why he got into it. I think that a lot of people that go into the fan translation or the homebrew, you do little projects, so it's really cool seeing him actually work on a full game versus just a little tiny demo. Which, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about those ones. It's cool. I think we've talked about before where it's cool seeing little demos, but I think it's really cool when we actually get a game out of it, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, like that is the thing. It's everybody likes checking out tech demos and short experiences, and if that's what you're able to make, then that's great too. But I think people do get a little more enjoyment out of a more full experience, and we don't have a ton of full experiences as far as Saturn homebrew goes. So getting one is always a treat, and this one definitely is. Now, what I thought was kind of funny was that he had never actually seen the show Miami Vice, even though like I kept comparing the game to Miami Vice
It
as far
literally
as its
was
vibes.
Miami verse. Yeah, he said he like got influenced by Thunder in Paradise after he watched James and Mike Mondays. Well, for those of you who don't know, that's
I've never seen that.
That's the AVGN channel. AVGN. He did a thing called James and Mike Mondays, and Thunder in Paradise is pretty famous. Historic. Shadow probably knows. It's one of Historic Nerd's favorite games. He loves the CDI and stuff like that, and he'd always talk that up. And there actually is a game for it. It's pretty horrendously bad. Pretty bad. But it's funny, so that's what's the most important thing.
Thunder in Paradise, yeah. Yes, that was
it has
America's.
It also features America's famous celebrity and no controversial at all, Hulk Hogan, who is perfect track record, nothing bad with that whatsoever.
Definitely not canceled. But yeah, I guess he was also like, or dead. He's very much not alive anymore. Yeah, he was inspired by Time Crisis 2. Which you can kind of see that with like I guess that's where the buddy cop thing was going on. And he originally wanted to make Vigilant Paradise like a system link co-op type of thing. But I guess he just decided to, it would have been, but he's, that's kind of why there are two playable characters. Yeah, I think he just kind of scaled the scope back to make it a little more doable. But, that's fine. It still is cool what he's got.
It's cool. And like I said, I think that was my favorite part of the thing, is learning about that. There was James and Mike Mondays specifically, and not Miami Vice, which is,
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, though, it does have a Time Crisis vibe to it, so I definitely can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too. And he said he grew up by the sea in Italy, and has traveled to a lot of other places by the sea, and like Kyushu and Honolulu. So he's never actually been to Florida, he said. He's heard there's not a giant Sonic engraved as into the rock face at Daytona Speedway. I haven't been there either, so I'll have to take his word for it.
I've been to Daytona.
You have? Okay, cool.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to Daytona. My dad took me there because he's a big NASCAR fan. I went to there's like a theme bar there that was really cool. Actually, one of the coolest things in the bar that I remember as a kid is that it would have if there's a NASCAR race going, they'd had a giant LED pillar that had all the positions for the racers, and like all their positions changing. It was really cool. I really did. Oh, Daytona's this weekend. Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah, this Sunday is NASCAR's kicking off with the Daytona 500. So absolutely fire up your Saturns and play your favorite iteration of Daytona. That'll be Championship Circuit Edition for me, of course. But you can play whichever one you like.
But yeah, no, it's
take a few laps around 3.7 Speedway.
Yeah, pick Dale Earnhardt, or play like the NASCAR games and pick Dale Earnhardt. R.I.P. Dale.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, we have a NASCAR game on Saturn too. NASCAR 98, I think it's called.
Oh, fun fact: my dad was at the race where Dale Earnhardt died.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he actually was at the actual race. I think he left a little bit early, and then he like learned that like that was his last race, and he didn't even realize it. Basically, what happened is that he had to work the next day, so he stayed for a little bit of the race in the morning. And because the things that the race is like all day, it's not like a lot of people think it's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's like almost a whole day affair. So like a couple hours. So like he went and he saw the first of it. He packed up, and then he left, and then he learned that Dale died, and he was like so sad because it was one of his favorite racers. But yeah, my dad is a big NASCAR fan. So sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack that. Just want to see my weird relation to Daytona. And NASCAR.
Thanks for the story. So anyway, if you haven't checked it out yet, by all means, read the rest of the interview. We just kind of wanted to discuss it a little bit because it was really cool, and we're glad that Pandemonium got a chance to talk to Ricardo a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's a great article. I loved reading it, so definitely check that out if you haven't. Alrighty, so the next article under a microscope is Sound Cube. I'm just going to assume it's pronounced Sound Cube and not Sound Queeb.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Alright. Sound Queeb is a puzzle game for media entertainment and human entertainment. The two different entertainments, one for media, one for human. Don't know which one is better. That's up to you to decide. Humans or media, which ones are better. So in a nutshell, you're presented with a cube-like figure that is made of smaller cubes and use sonar to make groups of sub-cubes based off their color. So it's like some interesting cube-like game. Game facts list sheets for PlayStation version of the game. It activates in a sound test mode, but it doesn't work on Saturn, so we hope to find some equivalent code for Saturn, but found 3 others instead. So kind of crazy. So the first one's level select. So go to the option screen, hold down start, and then enter the sequence AC up right, A down up left. Exit the option menu, and then go to the level select in the menu, and you'll be able to start at any of the game's levels. Wireframe mode. So you press start and press AC up right, A B, and the cubes will become transparent. So kind of a cool. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't make transparent Rubik's cubes back in the day. I think that'd be a shoe-in.
That would be a good innovation.
Not like the sorry, that sounded weird. Not like there's no color on it, but like the plastic itself piece is going to be transparent, and there's going to be like colors on the side of it. Right. Sorry, that sounded weird the way that I said that. I figured. I hope people picked on that.
Is it just a completely clear Rubik's cube?
Yeah, that sounds.
Next big thing.
That sounds fun. How do you just win in? Okay, there we go. I just want to make sure some people might have thought they meant like the whole cube. That would be really funny. But anyways, stage clear. Press start and then hold down AC upright, A right, A B transparent colors. The stage clear message will appear, or level clear if you're on the last stage of the level. You can go all the way to the end of the game this way. So if you don't want to play and your level sucks, do that and you clear the stage. So it goes through some of the technical details, only for evidence of the cheat. You can go through the technical details here. And he'll go through a little bit. Thank you again, Ben, for letting us know about these cheats. I was like finding weird stuff like this. And
Bo,
did I say Ben? Oops.
Yeah,
I meant Bo. Sorry about that. Long day. But yeah, thank you both for showing these cool cheats and letting us know all about them. And if you guys want to learn more about it, definitely read the article and play some cube, or if you will. Cube.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next
Puzzle
one is
fans are
keep putting that one up. Alright, next is Wizardry 4 for the Best of Saturn.
6.
Oh, wow.
VI.
I'm pretty sure. Thankfully I didn't put the 4 in there. I would have put. I am not doing very well with things today. I almost put 4 in the
late night, like you said.
Yeah, I almost put a 4 on Twitter, so I'm glad I put VI, because that would have been dumb.
Yeah.
Dyslexic Roman numerals. Yeah, honestly, I think it might be that way, because I always get that one mixed up. That was the hardest one for me is the 6 and the 4, because it's like weird. I don't know,
well,
so.
it's, if I comes after the V, then you're adding it. If it comes before the V, you're subtracting it.
Fair enough. All right. Did you want to talk a little bit about the stand, or do you want me to hit that up?
Sure. I can read Peter's write-up on Wizardry 6.
Let's hear about Wizardry 6.
The Wizardry series. Yeah, the Wizardry series began way back in the early 1980s on Apple computers, being a formative attempt at bringing a Dungeons and Dragons-like experience to video games. The 6th and 7th Wizardry installments released in 1990 and 1992, respectively, and were given a 2-for-1 Saturn port in Japan, releasing in mid-1996 under the title Wizardry 6 and 7 Complete. The 7th game remains in Japanese, but the 6th was English patched by Remise in 2025 using the original English from the DOS release. Subtitled Bane of the Cosmic Forge, Wizardry 6 is a first-person dungeon crawler with heavy emphasis on party preparation, story exposition, and stat and item management. The game is text-heavy, with written descriptions often complementing the corridor-like visuals in lieu of sounds or animations, giving the game an awesome Wolfenstein meets King's Quest vibe.
Honestly, that's what kind of vibe I got too.
Yeah, I think that's a good a good analogy that I wouldn't have like thought of on my own, I think. So I think that was a good observation from Peter. Is kind of Wolfensteinish with the corridors, but then it's very King's Quest with the whole medieval vibe going on. So he continues, aside from injecting English text back into the game, Remise inserted a bunch of content that was initially cut from the Saturn port, implemented a ton of bug fixes, and introduced some quality of life improvements to increase the game's fun factor. He then released the patch in two varieties, one with all the enhancements and one without. Fans of wizardry or indeed early 90s corridor RPGs are well catered to here.
Yeah, I remember this came out. It came out like right about the same time the Dungeon Master Nexus translation came out. That was kind of crazy, 2015. It was like the year of dungeon crawler translations.
2025.
Yeah,
last year. Did the next Dungeon Master Nexus come out in 2025? I thought that was
it might have been 04.
Earlier. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, it might have been, but it was like right next to each other. It's pretty close, so I just thought it was kind of weird, kind of cool, funny that they both came out at the same time. Oh, it was 2024. Yeah, I figured it was pretty close.
People like their medieval fantasy stuff. Yeah, 2 consecutive years we got good medieval fantasy English fan translations on the Saturn. So that's cool. I mean, hey, there was a long time where we wouldn't even get one fan translation in any genre
a year, yeah,
in an entire year, right? So yeah, we're
getting multiple.
We're pretty spoiled now. Eric said no dungeon crawlers on the N64. Just saying, haha.
Wasn't I could have sworn wasn't there was one though. It was like the one with the eye on the cover. Something 64. It had an eye on the cover. I can't remember the name of it. No, not Quest 64, silly boy. Okay. Not that one. It was something 64. It had an eye on the cover. If anybody remembers it, you like start off in like a dungeon getting whipped, and like you have to crawl underneath it. I forgot the name of it. What is the name of it? It's a cover and eye, something 64. It's a RPG game. You have to it's kind of like a dungeon crawler. Let me see.
Ogre Battle, Castlevania
it's not
64.
Those two. Let's see. RPGs and 64. It's probably
no results found.
There was, I swear, I know what was on there. What the hell is the name of that one? That's bugging me now.
I thought the N64 is no RPGs.
What is it? No, there was a dungeon game on there.
The Ocarina of Time counts as an RPG to say it as RPGs.
There's like a first-person perspective. Shadowgate 64. I wasn't crazy. Shadowgate 64. Okay. That one, technically, I don't know if it's a dungeon crawler or not. You're in a dungeon, a first-person perspective. So I assume that's dungeon crawler. But I guess technically you're not collecting things. You're trying to escape a castle. But yeah, I figured it would kind of count. Listen, I'm giving the N64 the best I can. I don't know if that counts, though. But I would count that as an RPG. Enough. And maybe a dungeon crawler. It feels dungeon crawler-esque, so. Either way, yeah, that does have an eyeball on the staff in the cover. See, I know my eyeballs. Point and click. Yeah. Really? I don't think it's a point and click game. Well, the original NES one probably, but I don't think the 64 was. Shadowgate was. But anyways, yeah, I would getting back on track. Definitely recommend checking this out. I played a little bit. It's kind of confusing and I died a lot, but it was pretty fun for what I played of it. I believe I played it for the game competition in last year. I think I played it. Really good.
Yeah, you were a judge.
Yeah, good one. Alrighty, so our next article, the SAROO firmware 0.9 addresses race condition bugs. So
yeah,
this one is a update. So we talked about this a while ago, where the SAROO firmware had some issues with it that Trekkies discovered, right? Where the CD loading consistency would fail a bit, right, Dan?
Yeah, and I guess Trekkies, Trekkies offered to hop in chat and talk about this a little bit too. But yeah basically,
if he wants, you could hop in here if he wants. I don't know if he's still here though. Yeah, he's still here. You just talked 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there we go.
He's
here. He is.
Here, hey Trekkies, let me run it down for everybody real quick. What's going on? So a couple months ago, Trekkies put together a tool to just kind of like simple data loading. for anything to run on the Saturn release. You can make sure that it is correctly loading all of the data of a particular file. And the SAROO was really the only ODE or even emulator or anything that was failing that test. And it seemed, and considering that the test, it seemed to do better at the test when people were increasing the sector delay with the the kind of like the settings on the SD card. Kind of pointed to the fact that it might be some kind of a race condition. Race condition being it's in which data arrives in a different order than a program expects, maybe because multiple paths of code are running at the same time and one or more of them have incorrect timing. So when Trekkies finally put this test out there and made a ticket on the GitHub for the SAROO, that finally caught the attention of the creator of the SAROO, TP Unix, who started looking into it, and he released a new firmware this week that alleges to have fixed the bug. I'm sure he's done something. I don't know. It remains to be seen whether it is going to fix all of the problems that the SAROO's had with audio glitches and crashes and that sort of thing. We're going to need to do a lot of testing to find that out. But it's encouraging that he did look into it. He took it seriously, and he actually tried to do something about it.
Yeah.
So Trekkies, go ahead.
Yeah, basically the best way to think about a race condition is think of that you basically have a shared resource that different parts of the program, or in this case, like the SAROO and the Saturn, are both trying to access. And if things go out of order than what is expected, it can cause weird behavior. So from what TP Unix explained here, what was going on is there are some interrupt registers in the CD-ROM block that basically the Saturn and the CD-ROM block itself will interact with, that basically tell it different statuses. So what's happening was the SAROO and the Saturn were basically having a race with each other against them. And what was happening was it would sometimes get out of order, and then the Saturn would be reading something from that interrupt register that would tell it something like, say, oh, this data's ready, or if it wasn't when it wasn't actually ready, and things like that were happening. So it was getting the wrong data. So that's effectively like a very, from what I saw in the code and from what he explained, that's what it looks like was happening. So it looks like that has been fixed. So basically the checksum test should be passing now, and we should be seeing more stability with it. So we shouldn't be seeing, I'm not going to say we shouldn't be seeing any random crashing, but you should hopefully see a reduction in it.
Okay.
I'd say probably like a good thing going forward is that people should probably treat this as almost like a reset with compatibility testing, because this pretty much impacted anything that would load a file from the CD-ROM drive, which is every retail Saturn game. Every retail Saturn game is going to load from the disk. So that was basically going to pollute any compatibility testing that had been done up to this point. So there's no way for us to know, was this issue caused by this race condition, or was it something else? Yeah. So I'd say what would be a good thing for people to do going forward is go through your SAROO config, back it up, but then put a new one on there that basically doesn't have any of these delays or any of the memory edits that people have been suggesting to use, and let's just see what remains. So see what actually, because it could have been some of those ones where we were being told put a delay in. It could have been this issue, so you may not need that anymore. But we're not going to find that out unless people start doing this kind of testing. So I'd say people should probably do that. And if they start encountering some of these random issues, report them, put them in the issue tracker so they get addressed. Because the signs of this race condition had kind of been there for a couple years now. We were seeing a bunch of people, they would report hey, this game crashed on me. And someone else say, well, it works for me. And you kind of see this back and forth banter going on, when really that was kind of the sign that there's something weird going on and it should have probably been looked into. Whereas if that had kind of been reported years ago, this may have been fixed sooner. Yeah. So I'd say people really should be, if you're seeing random bugs, report them to the issue tracker. The worst that can happen is they're going to say well, we're not going to look into it. But at least it's being reported, so then if a pattern starts to emerge, it can start to raise a flag that, hey, something needs to be looked into here.
So basically we have to start from ground zero from all these, because I know there's a lot of oh, here's a bunch of files that fix timing. So we basically have to pretty much wipe those out with this new firmware and sort of start from scratch in a way. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of. So with the timings and that, there are some Saturn games that are programmed with a race condition in them, in that they were programmed around the CD-ROM block, which had a fixed timing. It worked at a fixed rate, so you could kind of time your code around it. Is it the best practice? No, but games did it. So if a game actually is doing that, then it makes sense to have a delay. If it's not doing that, then it should be looked into to see like what's actually going on. So if, say, you're having this, if you're having an issue and you put a delay in and it seems to fix it, I would say it should be looked into to see, does this game have a race condition in it that makes sense to have a delay? If not, then it needs to be looked into because it could be indicative of something else going on under the hood.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric in chat said Sakura Wars 2 is already confirmed to work now. I'd like to see how Virtual On works, because that was pretty infamously not working with the SAROO, and you even conducted that big test showing it.
Yeah, I think that got fixed in the last update, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that one I think got fixed in the last update. With this one going forward, I'm curious to see like how much of the randomness, the random crashing, that seems to kind of stabilize.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of want to see going forward, because that would be a good indicator of how much problems there still are under the hood. Which, if we're still seeing a bunch of random crashes, there's probably other things that need to be looked into, because, to be honest, the test I did was an incredibly basic test. That was just get a file off the disk and see if it's accurate. There's a lot more you can do with that CD-ROM block, and there's a lot more functionality in it. So there's a lot more that could go wrong that should probably be looked into if we start seeing more random crashes popping up.
Well, hopefully this does solve the problems, or at least a lot of them.
Yeah,
so people's experience can be better with this thing.
I hope it fixes it, because, to be quite honest, like from a patch developer, we got quite a few bug reports for Sakura Wars 2 that like we could not reproduce. And when we finally like poked enough to get like information about people's environments, they almost always were using the SAROO. And it was like there was one where it was like a bug report of where if you started like this chapter and went through this series of events, it would get stuck in this weird like recurring loop. And I spent about, I want to say, almost a month where it was like every day when I got home from work, I spent like hours just running through that sequence of events, running the game on a CDR, and I could not get it to happen. And it's
that must be completely frustrating.
We finally found out, it is, because it's like you're getting these reports and you're trying to reproduce them, and like other people on the team are trying to reproduce it in their environments, and like you just can't get it to happen. And then finally, when we get a bit of information that it's a SAROO, I finally reached out to Chapel, I'm like, hey, could you try this? And he's like, sure. And he got it to happen on his first try, and it wasn't even in the English patch, it was in the Portuguese patch. And so it's like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. At that point, I would probably just have them before they posted bugs, that post their environments, that that way it's not a SAROO issue. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Right, and it's not like if they say like they're using SAROO, we're not going to look into it. But it's just, if we're hitting that thing where, okay, we've tried this so many times and we can't get it to reproduce, we're going to be like, you should probably go to the SAROO devs about this.
Right.
Yeah, it just gets frustrating, because I can see from your perspective where it's like, oh, here's all this testing. Oh, it was a SAROO issue, and it's like, great, I just wasted a month of my time.
Yeah, it's like
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, this firmware, which is firmware 0.9, it did have a couple other things included in the patch notes besides fixing. Now, what we've been talking about is named here in the patch notes as fixed an issue where HIRQ settings could be modified simultaneously on the FPGA side. So that's referring to fixing the potential race condition. But it also says that they resolved compatibility issues when using one-player, two-player controllers concurrently. I hadn't really heard about that being a problem, but it sounds like that would be pretty frustrating. And also, fast-forward and rewind functions are now available during CD playback, so it's like a little functionality addition there.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have a SAROO cartridge, I would absolutely recommend that you upgrade to firmware 0.9. Check out TP Unix's GitHub, which we do have linked from my story here on SegaSaturnShiro.com, or just search GitHub for TPUNIX and look under his SAROO project, and that'll be there under releases. Because this sounds like this is going to be potentially a game changer for your compatibility on your games. And if it's not, then let us know. Hop into the Discord server, or let us know on
in the SAROO
Facebook
chat,
or
a little discussion there.
The SAROO chat, or you can talk to us on Blue Sky or Twitter or whatever, and let us know how your SAROO is doing with this new firmware.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I would also just I just emphasize always go to the GitHub and put it on the issue tracker because they can't fix what they don't know.
That too, right? Yeah. Let TP Unix know if you are having issues still after this upgrade.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think hopefully it's on a good track now. I know there've been some issues and stuff like that, but I'm hoping that maybe with this they might be on a good track forward to getting it stable and not running into issues that many ODEs could run fine now, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people have SAROOs at this point in their Saturns, and if it's having widespread problems, that's just kind of causing havoc across the community, and it's making the Saturn look bad, probably, you know, making it look like, oh, all the Saturn games are all glitchy and crashy and shit. And it's like, no, they're not generally. Like, it's just the SAROO having issues.
Exactly, and I hope people know we're not trying to hate on the device. We want it to be the best it can be because it'd be really cool to have an ODE that's $60 that is pretty accessible to everybody and works
so accessible,
and it works
so
as stable.
Easy.
Works as stable as a satiator. That'd be great. Like, I mean, I want that more than anybody. So hopefully people don't feel we're like hating on it and trying to say you wasted your money. That'd be really stupid to say. We just want this to be the best device ever, and if as long as we get it to that level, it'd be great. We'd love to see it at that level.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as this news broke, I found out about it, like, I don't know, maybe an hour after TP Unix initially put it up on his GitHub, and I, like, got right to work, you know, writing something up so I could get the news out to everybody, because, I mean, it's pretty big news that I know would affect a lot of people, and it's good news, so, and it seems like people are really into it, because it's gotten a lot of views on the site, so that's cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of retweets.
It out.
I'm quite happy that they actually went the lengths to actually fix it properly.
Yeah, I'm glad you got through to them, Trekkies. And it was all because of your tests that you made and that you put out there, and you know, and added to the issue tracker and gave some publicity to, and you know, that's what really got the ball rolling.
Yeah, I just hope going forward that people are a bit more like receptive to, like, when we're pointing out there's a problem, we're not hating it. We just want to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because we feel people that spend their hard money and, you know, they don't get a thing that works well, you know? It's not a fun time, so we'd like to see that fixed and not throw out the solution, oh, just get a satiator. I don't think that's probably the best solution to that. So I think a lot of people get mixed up in that, where people say, oh, I have an issue with a SAROO, and people say, get a satiator. It's not like it's not really the answer people want. Like, we want to get this fixed and sorted out. Like, we don't want people to have paperweights, essentially.
Yeah, get a satiator when you want to hop online and play with us with a Netlink modem in your Saturn. Then you need a satiator
or you get a Firmware.
Or a Firmware. Yeah, there are other options too, but that's a big one for the satiator.
We are one of the communities where we are pretty spoiled in that we have so many different choices of ODEs to look at, and each one has like a purpose where, like, no single one is a right answer for everyone. Each one has like a purpose that's gonna like make everyone happy. So I think like people should really just look at the options and weigh the one they want that fits their needs.
All right, the satiator keeps your CD drive intact, but you lose the video card, you know, the MPEG card stuff, and it leaves your cartridge free, cartridge slot. And the Firmware leaves your cartridge slot free, but it uses up your, you know, you have to take your CD-ROM drive out of there. And it leaves your MPEG card free, and it does have some limited Wi-Fi streaming capabilities, although it's like in beta. You know, and then the SAROO is a lower cost option, and it's very easy to just pop into your cartridge slot. You don't have to pay extra for the satiator or remove your CD-ROM drive like the Firmware, but then you can't use like the modem cartridge. So yeah, there's trade-offs with all of them. So, and sometimes it can be good to have a couple different options available to you too.
Or if you want all the options, get the Firmware with the swappable CD drive thing, and you got all of them. Good to go.
Yeah, there you go.
That might be the optimal way if you want all the best of both worlds. But yeah, I do agree that it all depends on what you want to do with it and what you need for it. They all have different needs and uses, and I think that's what makes them all awesome. Not to go Mr. Rogers on the situation.
Well, thank you for joining us, Trekkies, and talking about the situation a little bit. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, well, let's move on to our last story, shall we, Pat?
And the biggest one,
an exciting one.
One of the biggest ones. Frogbull has recreated Minecraft on Saturn. You heard us right. You you can now play Minecraft on your Sega Saturn.
Yep.
So
And what do we have to announce right now that actually
Oh,
went up
yeah.
on Patreon an hour and a half ago, but we were
Yeah.
supposed to be on the air an hour and a half ago too.
Yep. So if you guys want to play it right now and you're a Patreon member and you're a $3 and up member, you could actually play it right now on the Patreon. You could close out this window, go to our Patreon, go download it, and play some Minecraft. Like, you could do it right now.
Yep, I edited my story with a link to it in like the second paragraph there. So yeah, you can go check it out for yourself right now. Or if you are a Patreon subscriber to Frogbull, you've been able to play it for a couple of days. He made it available to his Patreon subscribers too. So, you know, if you like what Frogbull does, by all means, subscribe to him. He does give his subscribers a lot of downloadable stuff and a lot of sneak peeks behind the scenes of his processes and what he does with all his different homebrew projects. So yeah, let's talk about what he's done here, Pat. He's kind of done like a bare bones recreation of Minecraft. It's not a port, obviously. I don't think he's working from source code or anything.
Yeah,
but
we're not porting it.
Yeah,
he's not porting it per se. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got something that feels like the beginnings of Minecraft. Now, it's essentially like in creative mode where there's no collision detection. You're not actually like walking around and jumping and stuff in the world. You're able to just kind of move around freely. You can like float up and down with the trigger buttons on your controller. And then you can place blocks and you can delete blocks. And like that's about it right now. This is obviously a very early build of this, and he does plan on working on it more and fleshing it out a little more, which will be exciting to see. But for now, he has just 9 different blocks that you can place. It's like you know, the grassy ground, plain dirt ground, sand, wood planks, tree trunk. You know, it's a cobblestone. Just some of the
stuff,
basic ones.
And it's just really creative mode though. Like, it's not like a full Minecraft, but it's still fun for what it was. I was playing a little bit last night. He reached out to me when I think it was the night before, I believe, one of those. I can't remember. Days are bleeding together right now for me. So, and I tried it out, and it was a ton of fun. He recommended not using the retail Saturn pad, and recommended the fight stick. So that's what I did. I used my fight stick on it, and nice. It ran pretty well with it. Probably,
cool.
It kind of felt like I was using an old keyboard to do it though. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Because it was all clanky, the clicky, and it looks like I'm like playing on an old keyboard, like a Windows 95 keyboard. The way it was like clicking and clanking on it, but it's kind of fun.
Okay.
And I will be doing that on stream tonight.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was having some fun with it too. I posted some screenshots of me playing around with it in an emulator, and I of course had to make a penis in Minecraft because
I noticed Frogbull sent that to me and said, "Look what Dan did."
He did. That's funny.
Yeah, this is what Dan made.
Like, I'm so sorry. I had to. He's like, I think you're the first person to do that.
You know what's ironic? It wasn't me that did. I sent it. I was gonna write out Frogbull and send it to him.
Oh.
But
yeah,
I only made
doing like SHIRO, but that felt like a lot of effort, and I was trying to get the story done. I did see Shadowmass posted. Yeah, he did SHIRO, and he posted a screenshot in our Discord server, so that was cool.
That was really cool.
Good job, Shadow.
Like that.
Yeah, Shadowmass said the soft piano soundtrack punctuated by constant micro switch activation. Yeah, really. Yeah, what's nice is he does have like some of the Minecraft tracks in here that play. They kind of like cycle through a few different tracks, and then you've got some sound effects. So, pieces are easy, Hawden said. Yes, well, that doesn't mean they shouldn't be done. But yeah, so
they should always be done.
Yeah, feels a little Minecrafty already, even though it's lacking survival mechanics and enemies and inventory and that sort of thing. So I got into the story a little bit about some of the things that he thinks that he can do to make this better. So right now the world is pretty small. It's just 64 by 64 blocks wide and long, and that's 32 blocks tall. So it's very small for Minecraft because, of course, the full game just kind of goes on for millions and millions of blocks. And I think the height is several hundred blocks, like the height and the depth, several hundred blocks. I don't know, 500 or something maybe. So definitely not the size of a full Minecraft game, but he's thinking about possibly implementing 4 megabyte expanded RAM cartridge functionality, so he can get a world that is 320 by 320 by 64 high. So that would make the world quite a bit bigger than it is now. It's still not going to be millions of blocks, but I mean, I feel like that would be enough space to do a little something fun in it. I mean, even just like the little island in the prototype right now, you can still play around and, you know, do stuff with it. He
build
also
houses,
has
wieners, you know.
Yeah, right. Houses and wieners. What else do you need? Sand castles on the beach. So he does have more slots for some more items. Right now it's 9. He can get up to 15 with the way that he is storing the data. It's each block's data is like a 4-bit chunk. So the number of like permutations you can get numbers wise within 4 bits is 16. And one of those 16 slots is taken up by air, the air block, essentially, invisible block. Mm-hmm. So the other 15 we can have, you know, ground textures and trees and sand and stuff like that. So he's going to work on getting some more in there. To help out the performance, he does have 3 different loss of detail settings, which I kind of demonstrated those in a little gallery of screenshots there, where you get farther away and the details, it switches to like a blurrier, lower res texture, and when you get farther away and it starts becoming like checkerboard transparent, it also switches to just like a plain solid color for the polygon instead of a texture. So that's kind of nice to keep the performance up while still having a decent draw distance. You can see pretty well, and it goes well.
I've been having some issues with it when I did that.
Planes.
With the draw distance, it kept having me issues where just giving me the blue water like in certain angles. Like I don't know, maybe.
I mean, you mean where it's just like it's culling some of the polygons at the edge of the screen?
No, like I just like it was. I moved the controller and just be like the blue ground, and it's hard to render a lot of stuff in the distance.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to let Frogbull know that. I did report a bug to him with one of the demos, the plain empty one rather than the one where you start on an island. That one you can't actually place any blocks, so he's got to fix that. Yeah, that's a problem. So if you do download this,
I didn't get this. Yeah, I'll show it in the demo. I'll show it when I play it later, but I didn't get any of that fade out. It would just turn blue on me. Maybe it might be a emulator thing, because I think Frogbull and you both did an emulator, which might run a little bit easier.
Yeah. I was playing this on BizHawk. I played this on BizHawk for these screenshots. It's kind of my like emulator of choice for doing screenshots for the website because I don't have a capture card. Were you playing this on real hardware or what?
Yeah, real hardware. I was playing on my satiator.
Okay, I guess you'll have to let him know that then, because there might be an issue where it's not working correctly on real hardware, and obviously you want it to work correctly on real hardware before anything else. Because I think Frogbull does often test on emulators. He doesn't use real hardware super often. I think he does finally have a Saturn now to do it though, so maybe he just needs to kind of check that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of that issue right there. That blue, see where that blue is right there? It would.
Yes. That
blue would happen to me like quite a bit, and it was hard to render stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. It's probably he said. Trekkie said it might be a Z sorting issue. Frogbull said, "I've issues with the flat world. I think you could have it if you chose the world by pushing the up button." I don't know what that means.
Oh, like so when you're selecting which world you want to go into from like the menu, I think he's saying if you hit up instead of down, maybe, then it doesn't let you place blocks in it. That would be an odd bug, but okay. Bugs are usually odd, so I guess I can see it. Oh, Analog Black Sheep's going to go because it is late over there. Thanks for sticking around with us and watching, Analog. Have a good night.
Yeah, said pushing down breaks the select world index.
Okay.
So probably hit. So I hit up to go down then.
Yeah, I guess you want to press up instead of cycling back around by pressing down, maybe. I love a strafe for 0.2. Yeah, I definitely was missing the strafe too. Also, because right now when you're selecting which block you want to place, you have to just keep hitting the Z button to cycle through them. It would be nice if you could like hit the X or the Y button. Oh, I guess the Y button is used to look up and down. You hold it and then you press the D-pad to look up and down. If you press the X button to cycle the other way through the blocks, that would be nice. If you like, kind of like just want to go left one, you know, instead of having to come all the way back around. Or maybe because you're eventually going to have 15 different blocks you can choose from, or maybe even more if you find the memory space for it. You might have like a bigger palette at the bottom of the screen. So maybe you could like hold the Z button and then use the D-pad to like cycle around and pick the one you want. I don't know. I know that Sega Extreme has given Frogbolt a lot of suggestions on how to increase the functionality and the performance of this. They seem very excited in their Discord server, which is fun. I hope that they are able to help and that Frogbolt is able to really expand this, because this is exciting. Even at an early stage.
Cool. And I do agree that I think definitely strafe button. Maybe the strafe button should be the shoulder buttons, and like the up and down is like two of the buttons on the face controllers. That's up and down.
Yeah, that's true. You could change it, the shoulder buttons from being float up and down to strafe. That would probably be more natural to people. And then yeah, like maybe like a toggle, like hold down one of the face buttons to press up and down to float up and down or something like that.
Oh my gosh, Muracrosa, just name the skeletons Pat and make it look like Mr. Bones. Oh god, no. no Bonetons.
So I would say if Frogbolt is able to get a couple of enemies, like I know he's not going to be able to like fit into memory a ton of different what's the term for it? But different items and enemies and that sort of thing, especially when they're going to need AI. But I think if he could get maybe just like creepers, because that's a really classic Minecraft enemy,
creepers
and then like skeletons
would probably be the two you'd want, yeah.
Yeah, you'd want creepers and skeletons. I think that would be a good early experience.
I mean, it's just impressive we get it on here just in general. It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. It's amazing that it even runs at all on a system that came out, 9 + 6, 15 years before Minecraft even started to get worked on. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, creeper, skeleton, and spiders and pig is all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, get a couple animals in there. I guess I can see a spider. It might not have RAM space for extra guys, but I think if you could pick like just a handful. You'd want like creeper and skeleton, maybe spider, and then get like a chicken and a pig or something in there. You know, have a couple animals for farming. That would be good. I guess he was talking about some ideas for adding fire too, and it wouldn't be like an item you would select in your palette, but it would be it's kind of like another thing out in the world, like a character.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, sheep to make a bed. Yeah, you might have to come up with some different ideas for how to do all the things you want to do in Minecraft. And like saving your world is going to be a huge amount of data that you probably would need an action replay cart or the backup save memory cartridge for. It's probably not going to fit inside the Saturn's internal save space, because that's only like 32 kilobytes or something, right? Like it's extremely small. Even if you used like some kind of compression method, LZSS
floppy
or something.
drive support. There's a lot of good suggestions.
Yeah. There you go, Trekkies. Perfect use case for floppy drive support. Let's go. Fit it on a 1.4 megabyte disk.
Share the seeds around the world.
Yeah, SimCity level save, if not bigger. Exactly, Wiener Bob.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm down for that.
It would be super cool.
Honestly,
it would also be super cool.
It'd be neater if it had a way to support the Satiator SD save, and you could have a giant save on there, and it just saved to the Satiator directly.
The thing about Satiator saving is it does not actually save to the SD card directly, from what I understand. I think you have to save to the Saturn's internal memory, and then it backs it up, power off and power back on again, right, then it automatically scoots it over with the Pseudo Saturn Kai menu. It scoots it over to the Saturn. So you still are limited by the save space in the Saturn itself.
Super Ray said you could save to the SD card directly. There's a way.
There is a way. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, good. So maybe you can do that then. Maybe there's another satiator feature, saving your world in Saturn Minecraft. Maybe.
Hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do.
You need to do some coding, Super Ray said. Well, don't show for everything. Yeah, SMK can only save however much it can in the internal. You need to be specifically programmed for it, Trekkie said. Yeah, okay. So it is possible, but it would probably be something that would need to be worked on. And there are more important things to work on just to get the functionality in place and some extra features here, I think, before we start getting into saving your world directly to a satiator's SD card.
Rugble asks, is it possible to upload down from Netlink easily? I think if there's a way to incorporate the Netlink, you probably could. Like, I think there's a way it could be doable, but you have to program for it.
Super Ray said not yet. It is from Serial, though. Vampire Survivors when? Yeah, exactly.
You need to make your own TCP/IP stack. But yes. Sound easy to do. Easy to do. I think everybody knows how to do that.
I mean, hasn't Night of Dragon been kind of like working on that sort of thing, or is he just working on the serial stuff? I know he's been trying to find some ways to get some different ways to do Saturn Online besides using the modem cartridge.
There's different ways. I think he's still hacking away at it. I know the last thing we saw him do was the that online game for the Netlink. Sorry, the game competition.
Yeah, like a text-based online game, which is so cool. I mean, first homebrew online game, really.
Yeah. So Trekkie said the main issue is that when Netlink downloading is that you're stuck at 28 kilobits or 14 kilobits a second. So that could be pretty slow. And honestly, it might be easier to do sort of a maybe just download it directly from a repository and put it on your SD card. That might just be the easiest way, in my opinion. But if you're only, he said then again, you're only downloading maybe 1 megabyte at most. Yeah, so I guess if it's not that bad, it shouldn't be too awful. It shouldn't be that slow or that bad to download it. So if he somehow gets it to where it's compressed enough, I think that it might be doable, which I think is pretty exciting. All right, do we have anything else before we head out?
I don't think so. I think that's all we've got for this week in Saturn news.
Alrighty then. All right. Well, I guess we will read the Patreons, and then we will play some Minecraft on the Saturn.
Okay,
Sounds
nice.
like
Thanks for
me,
watching, everybody, by the way, and listening on the podcast. And yeah, stick around for the gameplay stream. We're gonna be building some Minecraft sand penises.
Yeah, honestly, I think I want to do is I want to recreate the Gary's mod level GM construct from memory and see if I could do it on the flat map.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
You don't know GM construct? That's the best level of Gary's mod ever. I'm surprised you never heard of it.
I never played Gary's mod. No, I've never heard of it. Sorry.
Yeah, we got some
I'm familiar
people.
with Gary's mod. I've heard of it, but I've never actually played it.
If you ever play, it's pretty much the first level of Gary's mod. It's the famous one with a giant field on it. You've probably seen it before. It's a pretty
okay.
It's in a Hellslave as well. If you ever played it.
Oh, is it? Okay, then
it's
I've
the
seen
one
it.
giant. Yeah. Ray made that. Thank you, Ray. I love GM Construct. It's my favorite level of any game. Period. All right. So shouts out. I want to give a shout to Emerald Nova, Johannes Fest. Oh, Budget Buttery touchscreen controls. I think that's it depends on how it's implemented. And an RPG is pretty buttery. Anything else is probably budget. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I agree.
Raiden said Gary's mod equals brain rot. I don't know. I grew up on Gary's mod, man. I'm perfectly fine. Right, Dan?
Sorry, I'm chatting in.
Dan said yes.
In the
Dan
in the Mr.
Yes.
Discord, someone's doubting Frogbill's that Frog Bowl stuff is real.
Oh.
I'm trying to tell them, yes, it is real.
Dan's about to beat some ass. Tell him to get into the chat, into the Discords, into the stream, and be like, "You want to see some proof? I'll give you some proof." And then you show him your wiener that you made in Minecraft.
Yeah. Okay. Budget buttery touchscreens controls. Yeah. I mean, budget touchscreen controls kind of drive me nuts at the end of the day. Although, like, using the stylus to the DS or with good old Palm Pilots back when I was in high school, like, that was okay. I don't mind that. But like the capacitive touchscreens where you're using your finger, no, my thumbs are fat and I hit the wrong things all the time and it drives me crazy.
Drives him crazy. All right, so shouts out to our Patreons. Try it again. Emil Nova, Johannes Fetz, Paul Blort, Sega Steve, Young Money Sui or Young Rhythm Sui, Momphis, Chow Mass, Derek Pascarella, Patrick Funotaku, Vern Dinked, Nutrageous, Robert Ramsey, Nola Guy, Cerillion, Jim Clasher Stoneman, Chad Clark, Chris Piper, Lightning Production, Evil 42, and of course, we cannot forget the legendary, our great friend Daniel Fredrickson, who is forever in our hearts and forever will be remembered as a SHIRO and one of our best friends, and will forever be remembered on the show. Shouts out. If you guys want to back us in, well, not back us if you don't want to back us, if you want to financially support us but don't want to back us continuously, you can check out our merch store. We have some cool merch. We got some interesting merch coming that I'm kind of working on right now with Dave. I think Dan saw it, right? The floating heads. So
yeah, virtual heads looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Electric SHIRO Cafe. If you guys know the reference to it, as soon as you see it, let me know. I've been listening to a certain band, and their albums have been influencing me in the good way. So hopefully we can get that. I got some new renders from AM25 to fit in with us, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited to see it on a shirt, and I think I might wear it this time.
Yeah, you saw it on the banner for this show.
Well, some of them, yeah. For the other ones, for the new heads, yeah. So we're gonna and we're debuting Dan's head. This is the first time it's gonna be on there.
Yay! I finally get a virtual head.
Somebody said Dan's sand wiener shirt.
What? Oh, the sand wiener screenshot. Right.
I don't know if we could put that on a shirt. Can we put that on a shirt?
Yeah. I mean, it's just sand, blocks of sand in Minecraft, right?
Can we sell that on a shirt? Would anyone buy? Would anyone buy this on a shirt?
I can't imagine anyone would.
Like anybody, show of hands. Like, do the thumbs up emoji if you will buy this on a shirt.
So take that screenshot and then put, like Saturn Minecraft in like the Minecraft font or something, or Saturn Craft. Put Saturn Craft. There we go, to avoid the copyright violations.
I was gonna have this picture. Like, this will be the only thing. It'll be on a square shirt. Just be that.
Neil Henderson, please. That's too lewd.
I don't even think we can read that on air. That's so bad.
No. Yeah, we'll YouTube will be unhappy with that.
Yeah, we can't say that on screen. That's, you somehow did it, Neil Henderson. You made it so we can't say it on. I can't even see it in the chat. It was so bad. Yeah,
I had to confirm it. The moderation was catching it. The moderation bot. All right. Anyway, great show.
Alrighty then.
For Pat's Games Play stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us despite it being super late. And y'all have a good week.
Thank you very much. Remember, you must play Sega Saturn. Hello guys, welcome back. We are playing some Minecraft on Sega Saturn. Hide this actually real quick, hold on. Or else it's going to be in a folder titled Top Secret, and we actually have some really top secret games in there that I actually cannot show on air. I'm going to have to censor it, okay. Go here. Sorry about that. I have to hide the games because they're actually very, very sensitive. I could probably get in trouble if I showed them. That's how sensitive we are. We have a lot of top secret projects, so I'm gonna not show that screen and at risk of canceling it. But if I ever somehow put it on stream, we'd be getting serious trouble. Is all I'm saying. I'm gonna censor that real quick. Go. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty. We are going to be playing some Minecraft Sega Saturn. Hello everyone, we are playing some Minecraft on Sega Saturn today. This is by Frog Bowl. He is known for doing some amazing projects, and one of them is Minecraft on the Saturn. This is a fan project. It's not exactly a port. It is a, I guess the best way to describe it is it's a fan interpretation or implementation of Minecraft. You hear the little music going on back here. It's gonna do single player. You have to go back because I have to go up apparently. I'm gonna do Flatland or not. Okay. Apparently I can't play. Oh, how do I play select one instead of cancel? We go up on Flatland. Alrighty, let's play some Flatland. A lot of good guesses on here. Alrighty, so we're on Flatland. Can we place blocks down? We can indeed. Alrighty, guys. So as you can see, I am playing on a very special controller. I am playing on my fight stick. This is recommended by Frog Bowl. You can't see the buttons because it's green screened out, but Frog Bowl recommended this by playing with a fight stick. So I definitely recommend that if you guys want to play some Minecraft, that you get a fight stick and that you use it for Minecraft because it's the optimal way of playing. So we're going to start off. I want to do a special project because I'm a fan of another building game called Gary's Mod. I don't know if anybody of you out there heard of it. It's a little indie game from 2006, maybe earlier if you're a real OG. But we are going to do a tribute of it, and we are going to recreate my favorite map, GM Construct, in Minecraft. So why don't we get started? So the first thing I'm going to start with is we're going to start with the base in the back. So people that don't know GM, I'm doing this from memory, by the way. I'm not going to look on a screen or anything. So this is all going to be from my memory of what I remembered of GM Construct. So we're going to start with the first thing, which is the little base in the back. So it's going to delete some of that. I'm going to delete the foundation there. I'm sure everyone's having fun with that. So I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna try to make it as life-size as I can. It's been a little bit since I've played it, but the way the controls work is that you up and down, left and right, just to make you look around like this. If you hold left and right, it will help you levitate in the air. If you hold X, it doesn't do anything. If you press A, you put the bound block. B to delete. Y, you can make you look around and change your position, so you can look up and down. Z changes the blocks, so you have the stone, grass, dirt, sand. I believe it's just a regular another stone, wood, tree texture, another stone texture, and wood. Sorry, I don't remember all the texture names on Minecraft, so if you guys probably know better than I do, to be honest. So sorry about that. I play on the Sega Saturn. We'll try to delete some of this. Get some more dirt. And this game is really just creative mode mostly. It's not really the full Minecraft game. I think he has plans for it to be something of that nature, but there's no definitive plans as of yet on that. So hopefully we'll get some more, because I like Minecraft. I enjoy it. I don't think he could port Gary's Mod, so I don't think that's going to be a possibility, so I think it's gravel, sorry. That's what that was, gravel, my bad. You'd see that I'm a big Minecraft fan. All the textures I know. Yeah, let's get that floor down. I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can. If anybody has questions in the chat, let me know while I do this, because this is gonna be probably not the most exciting, but I'm trying to make the best of it from this mode. Try to best to get the GM contract going on here. That was probably my favorite map growing up in Gary's mod. I did like GM build to the top, but I think that was not in... Unfortunately, I think those modes were removed from the actual Gary's mod game when that got released, which kind of made me sad. It was in the original beta for Gary's mod, but it wasn't in the actual game when it released in 2006. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll take it. I think there's been a lot more modes that came out that really replaced it anyways, but it's still one of my favorites. I haven't played it since probably the 2006 when Gary's mod came out, but if there's any way to play that again, I'd love to play GM Build to the Top again, or Build Bridge. That's probably was my favorite one. My favorite color, I think probably teal or red. Like a teal and red mixture is probably my favorite. I like teal a lot. I don't know why. I used to like red a lot, but then teal just really called to me. It's just been my color ever since, so teal is my color. Okay. I'm gonna call it good on this one. I don't think I'm gonna make it 1-to-1, but I'll try to make it as best I can. So let's see here. Little entranceway for like a little door entranceway, so we have to raise it up a little bit like that. If anybody sees any inaccuracies, let me know. You guys definitely can call me on chat if my GM construct is not up to the standards of the chat. I definitely will understand that. Let's see here, there we go. Feels like I'm using like an old keyboard with the clagginess. I feel like I'm using like a keyboard and mouse. It's really funny. There you go. I think the door is a little bit more narrow, but it's fine. It'll be fine. First car was real. I hope you're... No, I'm just joking. Teal. Yeah, no, I feel you. Resident Evil 2 port would be pretty good. I love Resident Evil 2. It's my favorite. Honestly, controversial like opinion time. I think Resident Evil 2 is the best Resident Evil, the original, not the remake. That is the best Resident Evil. It's better than 4, better than any of them. If you have any disagreements, too bad. I would say you could fight me, but you're just instantly wrong. Because Resident Evil 2 is the best Resident Evil, so, yeah, don't fight me, because there's nothing to fight about. I'm correct on all counts on that one. Resident Evil 2 is the better game. Is the best game, sorry. Original Resident Evil 2 is the best. Remake is probably the second best, but that's because it's 2, and 2 is always good. 2 is always a good time. Another controversial opinion, I think Resident Evil 1.5, it's good that it was canceled, because I think that if they put that out, Resident Evil 2 might not be my favorite Saturn game. Resident Evil 2 might not be my favorite Resident Evil game. Just my opinion is all. Oops. Sorry, I keep forgetting the button. The R and A button are right next to each other, so keep forgetting. Alrighty, here we go here. Let's see, we'll probably do the bottom one first. There we go, like that. We go on that. There we go. Like that. Okay. What is the place of Code Veronica? Oh, that is a hard one. So my top Resident Evil games, if I had to list them in order from best to worst, it would be Resident Evil 2 top. I'm not counting the remakes, so this is without the remakes. Resident Evil 2 is the best. Second best probably would be Resident Evil Original. I guess you count remake as well. Third best, I think might go to Code Veronica. The issue I have with Code Veronica is that it is very easy to get soft lock in that game. Like Resident Evil 2, you have enough ammo to kill every zombie like 2 times over. But Code Veronica, you could legit get soft locked really easily in that game, which is not fun making, especially as a kid when you don't know what to do and used all your ammo. At least with Resident Evil 2, it's forgiving. And that's kind of why I like it, where it's like the story is like there and you don't have to worry about getting lost. But Resident Evil Resident Evil Veronica, there's several times you get soft locked where it's like, oh, I didn't have enough ammo to beat the tyrant on the plane. Well, I guess I'm just dead. Thanks. So probably that one's my third. Fourth is probably Resident Evil 3, the original one. Fifth would be probably 5. I like 5 a lot. 6 would probably Resident Evil 4. So that one's low. That one's getting a lot of like opinions. Like, I gotta be honest. I think that this is gonna be a hot take. I think probably Resident Evil 4 is the worst Resident Evil game. It is a really great game, but it's probably the worst Resident Evil game because I hate the fact that it was pretty much, oh yeah, Code Veronica, let's go, we got it. Umbrella's on the ropes, we got him, boys. And then it just cuts to Leon and like in some Spanish village. It's like, okay, I guess we're just not finishing that storyline. And then found out later, oh yeah, Umbrella got killed off screen, so all the cool stuff of getting like killed into Throne, that was off screen. It's like, oh cool, we could have used it. And I know some other games went more into it later on, but I'm not counting that. I'm just, this perspective of Resident Evil 4 coming out, like, I think it's definitely my least favorite just on that. Like even it's my least favorite compared to like even like 7 or 8, and that's like a tough opinion to have. Like, and I'm probably getting a lot of haters from that. Duly noted purple. Damn, soft lock would suck. Surprised that didn't happen more to me. I've still never played a Resident Evil game, but I'm thinking about starting 1 or trying 4 in VR. 4, try 1. 4 is a great game, but it's not a great, like I said, I think 4 is a great game. I liked 4, like, it's a great GameCube game. Like, it's definitely in my top GameCube games that aren't Resident Evil, but like I said, it just really, like I said, that's really the only thing that kills me about it, is that it really just, they really just dropped the ball on Resident Evil 4 in terms of the story of the game. I know that they had to do it, like to make the game actually, like the series sell and get back on track. And I get that, like I know for a fact that, you know, a lot of people, like, that saved it, and I can't disagree with that. But as a fan of the game, like, it just felt like the story was like, okay, I guess we're done with that whole thing already. Thanks. But yeah, hopefully people like chime in and give their thoughts on that. I don't really care about that. If you never play Resident Evil, the original one, yeah, definitely don't start on 4 if you play Resident Evil, because you're really gonna be like, okay. But I mean, it's a good game to play. Like, if you don't really want to get into Resident Evil, just want to play a good game, I definitely recommend that. I think that is a good game to play, like, just for a fun game. And I still haven't played the remake of 4. I do really want to play it because I heard it's really good, and it does fix a lot of issues that I had with 4 in the beginning, so I think that's fine. Like, some of the issues with 4, like the Krauser fights being kind of garbage, and some of the boss battles being really mid. I think they fixed that by a lot. Alrighty, that one is there. So Gigi said, I'm looking forward to trying the new Silent Hill F. I started that game actually. Oh, great point. See, I'm glad I'm getting some people that aren't that are seeing my point of view on Resident Evil. I'm happy about that. That makes me happy. I always thought I'd get like some people that were pretty unhappy with my takes, but I'm glad that there's some people that actually, you know, agree with it. And you don't have to agree with it. Like, that's fine if you disagree with it and you think otherwise. That's the fun of it. Talking about Resident Evil is that we can have that discussion. But yeah, I'm glad people are seeing my view on that, because I definitely felt like from other people that weren't like hugely invested in Resident Evil, and I talked to like, oh, you're crazy, it's a great game, great Resident Evil game, I don't know what you're talking about. But I think after talking to people for a while, I think people are starting to get it, which I'm happy about, and like seeing like my point of view. But I am happy that I do honestly agree, like, full-heartedly, that I think Resident Evil 4 Remake is a great step up from the original Resident Evil. So I think, a great step up of the original Resident Evil 4, as that is. Yeah, honestly, 2's fun. I would not try playing on... I wouldn't make that your first version on the N64. I mean, it was my version, it was fine, but... I mean, there's so many different ways to play the original RE1, I think you should probably... try that. Like, maybe try the enhanced game. There's like an enhanced GameCube one on Dolphin. I would probably recommend trying that one out. That one actually is pretty good and uprises the graphics a lot. So I think you should probably try that if you want to try it for the first time. In my opinion, that is. Ooh, oops. Why do I keep doing this box? Sorry. Still getting used to the interface on this. It's not mouse and keyboard, but it's pretty close. It's not close enough. Oh, let me get some water in. My throat is parched. I like Amnesia a lot. I remember I played The Dark Descent when that got hot and was really popular on streaming, and I think it was 2012. I do think I really liked Amnesia a lot. I definitely recommend people try out Amnesia Dark Descent if they haven't. It's a great horror game, great story, especially if you're a big Silent Hill fan. I think it's a great one. Definitely my recommendation for that. Okay, so we built the first part, which is the spawning area, and the little bunker inside of it. It's probably not as big, but it's kind of try to get the scale. This is like from memory. I think there was a wall in the way, and then it cut over to the grass area. I'm gonna do the buildings first because building walls are boring. So I'm gonna try the bunker over here now. I'm pretty sure it was like a couple paces this way and like this. So I'm going to try to actually I'll just put it as the ground for a little bit. I think it was like 5 or 6. That's... I think it was like this. There we go. That's... Yeah, I'm like having this... I'm liking we're having these discussions while I'm playing the game, because... I mean, like I said, this is kind of cool, but it's not, like, super entertaining. I don't think people would enjoy it if I was just building this and not talking the entire time. So I think that's why a lot of people like Minecraft, for just building and talking to people. At least that's why I liked it. Let's see here. I just want to see some other people. Not like a Rizzo, but actually gives you some proper jump scares. I do agree. Too scary. RE2 on DC was the first version I owned and didn't have to play on the friend's PlayStation. Yeah, that one's also a good port of it. I do like that one a lot as well. I think really the only bad version of RE2 is probably, honestly, probably the game com is probably the worst port of it, but that's like cheating. But the rest of the ports are actually pretty good. Like even the N64 one is pretty playable and fun. I mean, it's not like you're not getting like basic graphical fidelity, but I mean, it's still pretty fun to play on, in my opinion, at least. Oops, don't want to delete dirt that far away. I think this is the one I was using. No, that's gravel. This one is it. There we go. Go. Yeah, so this is really playable. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to controls. That's why I'm doing stuff like accidentally hitting the thing constantly. So it's gonna do that. I think that's pretty close to how it's looking without the wall in the way. I think that this is a little bit bigger though. I think it's like 2 or 3 more bigger, I think, for GM construct. But again, I'm doing this from memory. This is the challenge I want to do, is just build it from memory. So I play on that map so much, I think I have it like almost memorized at this point of all the areas. That's how much I love GM construct. But growing up, Garry's Mod was a really great game for me. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, so I couldn't have just played that quite a bit. And it was a really fun game. I like Garry's Mod a lot. I was on the forum a while ago, a long time, Base Punch Studios. That was my big forum I was on when I was a kid. I would go there and, man, I think that's the longest I've ever been on like a forum or something like that, or like a community. So I was on there from 2006 to like 2018 when it shut down. So that was almost 12 years. That's more than I was on SHIRO, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like it's been that long. I remember back in the day I was made fun of because I was a quote-unquote 06er. So that was like bad in the day to be an 06er. Like you don't want to be that. It's like, oh, he's like, you know, gonna make the forum a horrible place, which is kind of funny. And that was like the only time like they did that. Like there's no controversy for 07ers or 08ers. It was always 06ers. After that, they kind of stopped like making fun of them. Which, knowing my luck, that's great. I was the last 06er they made fun of, but I was a really fun part of that community. I really enjoyed it. I posted a lot there. And honestly, that's the reason why I got into my degree in computer science, because I didn't know what to do. And it's a big programming thread, and I asked them about that, and they said, "Oh yeah, you should go into computer science if you really want to do gaming and have a backup for a career in case gaming doesn't pan out for game design or game development, which I'm glad I did because I had no interest in. I learned about game development in the industry, and I learned that probably isn't the best industry to get into. So I did not get into it and did not do game design. I much found that I prefer talking about games and discussing games and talking games versus, you know, actually playing games or sorry, designing games. I've been man, this is funny. Honestly, this feels like my you know how Dave did like that stream for the his Saturn memories. It's kind of my stream right now. I have my own memories and being nostalgic, but I honestly grew up watching G4 back in the day. That's where I really got into PC gaming. Honestly, the way I found it was Tech TV. There's a function on DirecTV where you could search for shows. So I put a search in for Futurama. So whenever Futurama would come on, or in the search, it would pop up for me. So I did that one day, and I found they were talking about Futurama the game on this game channel called XPlay. And I watched it, and I was hooked with the entire channel, like just talking about technology, talking about games and computers. It really got me into sort of talking gaming computers, and was really a big gateway into me, like not only going into games, but like games, I guess journalism, I guess technically is my position. So I guess that's really why I got into this, was just because of that. And I know there's been a lot of stuff about G4 and XPlay in the Twitter and the stuff recently with it not aging well, but to me it really sort of the point of it was that it really made me fall in love with sort of talking about games and figuring out, oh, you can actually talk about games and people would listen, or you know, there'd be a career for it. Because I know that there's like game magazines, but like the thing is that to me, game magazines and game talking on a TV or entertainment was like two different worlds. Like I didn't think it would ever merge together, but finding G4 really, or Tech TV G4 really opened up that to me and really made me realize like I do listen. Is honestly one of the biggest inspirations for SHIRO is that channel. Actually, let me see what the chat's been talking about. I haven't been paying attention a lot. Adam Sandler. Face Punch went on to make Rust. Yeah, they did Rust. I am kind of sad that he deleted the forum. I am happy for Gary Newman. I talked to him. He actually banned me from the forum several times, jokingly, of course. But he's a cool dude. I'm glad that he's doing that. But you know, I miss the guys on Face Punch and talking on a forum. I miss internet forums. Damn it. Doesn't Saturn version have bonus enemies? I think there's only one different enemies for the Resident Evil one. Can find the zombie. Did you see the new G4 XPlay documentary? Yeah, that's the one that really made me talk about it. I saw that one and I thought it was pretty good. Like I know Adam Sessler was pretty upset about it and people talking about it, but honestly, I thought it was kind of like a love letter. They did some stuff I wasn't a fan of, like some of the stuff that they were talking about. In terms of, I guess some of the accusations of people on there, but for the most part, I thought it was a good documentary. I thought it was really good. Man, am I gonna be able? I don't think I'm gonna be able to put this on YouTube. Like I was gonna put this on to do a little example of it, but it's turned into like a deep thing. But you know what? Forget it. You know what? This is my channel. I'll do what I want. So we'll keep talking and getting deep. I feel like we're making connections here. I met Adam Sussler once at GDC 2008. I also met Adam Sussler at E3 when I went in 2018 as part of SHIRO. That was a really cool meeting him. There's a picture on my Facebook. Maybe I'll share it in the Discord, but I did let him know that him and G4 were a big inspiration for me to graduate and you know, do my degree and get into computers. Like I mean, not him specifically, but the whole idea of it, and you know, the idea for starting SHIRO was because of that. So I did thank him for that. I know that there's been a lot of stuff, but you know, I have to give, and you know, I definitely don't want to get into all his all the Twitter craziness, but I do want to give credit where credit is due in terms of putting me where, you know, I needed to be in terms of you know, doing SHIRO and talking about games and playing games. GD said, I loved G4 back in the day. It was a huge bummer to see Adam Sussler's true colors. Yeah, that was a bit bummer. Olivia Munn's a treat. Honestly, I've heard great things about Olivia Munn. Like I've heard that she's been doing pretty well for herself. I know she was in some movies and stuff, and she has some fond memories of it. Like she was in a documentary a while ago before G4 like came back, like on G4, and she had some fond memories of it and some great memories. So I'm really happy that, and I'm happy for everyone else that turned out well. Like I know Kevin Pereira is doing his own thing, doing great. I know Morgan Webb's kind of done with it, and she's moved on and doing her own thing, which I'm happy about. Like, I know that Heaven Rose started Revision 3 and that shut down, but I'm happy he didn't. I think I remember us talking on somewhere, and I was saying before that that I think it was cool that I think he called it before that the internet is just becoming G4. Like I was always lamenting that G4 is ending, but or is not as good anymore. But it's like, what are you talking about? G4 is like, it's on the internet. Like it's right here, right now. You can, like, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing what I wanted to do, like be on television and talk about games or do that. And I'm doing that right now. And, you know, maybe my audience isn't as big as like it would be like back then or whatever, but, or as big as it could be. But I just really enjoy it. I love talking about games, like talking on the show with Dan and Dave about games, like writing articles. I like being a part of it. And yeah, maybe it might be a form of cosplaying, but you know, but you know, it's a great hobby. I could talk to great friends. I make great memories. People really seem to be digging what I do, so I really enjoy that. And I'm glad that people really enjoy watching me play it and doing what I do. It's really great. Here, I'm just making the wall over here. There's another entrance over here. There's like a long tunnel, I think, and it like led over to an area over there. I'm just gonna make the outline right now. But yeah, really, I don't know what else to say. I guess we're going over the place, but I guess the point is that I'm really happy that I get to do this. I know a lot of people really try on YouTube and, you know, Twitch and really only get a couple of viewers and sort of stop, but I'm glad I have the viewers I have and able to talk about these games and entertain you guys, because I figure you guys, I mean, 22 people are sticking around. I mean, that's definitely awesome. Any amount of people above one is a good day for me, I guess. And sorry if I'm getting deep. I just really, I don't really get to talk like this, I guess. I'm always on show mode, so I guess I kind of like doing streams like this and getting kind of a little bit deeper. And hopefully you guys do too. Definitely let me know if you guys want me to shut up and talk about games or go back to that. But I guess I kind of like talking about it. It's kind of fun. Lena's Dream. Have you ever seen Game Masters in the UK? I saw some clips of it and stuff for like Pandemonium's documentaries that he did talking about Game Masters and stuff like that, but I've never really experienced it. I think that was before my time and on the other side of the country, or other side of the world, so I didn't really get to experience it. And like I said, all I could view back in the day, I didn't really know about like the internet having shows like this. It was pretty much if I didn't get it on DirecTV, I didn't watch it. So like a lot of the stuff, like even like game room stuff, I didn't get to see until later, mostly because I had dial-up until like 2005, so it wasn't really pertinent to, or like conductive and to being able to watch and entertain myself with it. But I hear it's really good. I'd love to see people's perspectives that are in the UK and see how they feel about it. I know people really like Game Masters, or at least are big fans of it. Is the music getting dimmer in here? That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's like a feature or not. Yeah, no, it was like wide open like this. Yeah, just wide open like this. That's what it was. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and there just was a hood on the top of it like this. So there we go. That's... an interesting time capsule. So I think you could still put this on YouTube. You're one of the main Shiro's hosts, so people like you can talk about yourself. Yeah, I feel people would enjoy this. It'd be weird though if they go to watch a video on the awesome new release of Minecraft and it's just me getting deep for like however long the stream lasts for. So hopefully people enjoy learning about Minecraft. If you learn about Minecraft, you could probably turn this off now if you don't want to. Actually, you probably got to turn it off like probably 20 minutes ago. That would have been good, but yeah, I do think maybe I'll just name this "Getting Deep and Playing Minecraft." That would be kind of cool. Playing Saturn Minecraft. That might be kind of a cool title. I'll have to remove the SHIRO thing, but yeah. Yo. And you're still showing off Minecraft. You should show, fully check it out. So, you had a show called Video and Arcade Top 10 Canada. I'd definitely be down. Grew up Dreamcast on internet. I never got that, like, Minecraft and My Feelings. Mine Feelings. I like that. Mine Feelings, that's kind of funny. My Feelings. Yeah, honestly, when I was a kid, I didn't really get to do internet on Dreamcast. My mom saw it and was like, no, 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 no. Not for that cost or not. So I never got to really play Dreamcast on Dreamcast on the internet until I got the broadband adapter, I think. So not until whenever I got that in like the 2020s is when I was able to play Dreamcast online, which kind of was cathartic. I liked it. No, that's a lie. I think in 2020 I played Alien Front Online on an emulator. So I guess that is a lie. I did play a little bit of Alien Front emulated, so yeah, technically I did play it before that, but it was on an emulator, so I don't know if I counted that, but that was fun. I'd love to hear you guys' things on that. That have been the most exciting days of life as a gamer. Yeah, I think I'd really love to experience it. I think the closest I got was I got to play Xbox Live when I got my 360 in 2007. I think that was the first time I did that. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I was playing Halo 2 online, and I really enjoyed it. I thought I was good at Halo 2 and thought I could own noobs online, but in reality, I sucked at Halo 2. But you know what? My ego didn't know that back in the day, so I thought I was just like the best one at that. At least to my egos. Then you get my Dreamcast Online of QB PSO. So I could join y'all. Yeah, Wiener Bub definitely would recommend getting that. Getting honestly like a Dream Pie. I think the setup's pretty easy nowadays. But you can also get a broadband adapter, and it's pretty easy to get online with most stuff. So I'd recommend doing that. Broadband adapter is my recommending because it's kind of expensive, but like honestly, I think it'd probably be worth it. I think there's a hole here too. Oops, no, not buttons. There's also a hole here is like an entrance to this side of the map. Yeah, we're just doing a rough draft of it, so if it's wrong, then you know it's okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I could save this, so this is gonna be like wiped as soon as I reset the Saturn and turn it off. There's some deep honestly, there's some symmetry there with me talking about this and the stream ending and this Minecraft level going away after I turn the game off. Little symmetry there, kind of like that. So there's a door. I think it was right here. I don't know if it was this big though. Doing it Saturn online. That's not looked Dreamcast a couple years ago. Seems super complicated. I think it got a little bit more mainstreamed. All right. So there's a pair of stairs here. Oh, no, I don't want to do that, but I guess we'll do that. There's a pair of stairs here, I remember, that went up to a thing and went over the water's edge. So I'll go do that real quick. Are we on the edge of the map? I think we're getting pretty close. No, we're just at the edge of the thing. It's fine. Honestly, if this is kind of accurate to where it is, that's weird. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to start doing this then. So do that. Kind of weird. Weird coincidences today. That. And I think that's pretty good to that. I think there was like a platform that was double wide, I think. Let me go get that. So it's like 1, 2, 3 wide, I think. Across here. Well, I guess we're doing 4 wide, but we'll just do that. Go. Like that. But yeah, I think the funnest thing about the stream is that you could see how playable this is. Like, I'm still playing this, and I'm having so much fun just building. And it's not lagging out. Like, I put like a ton of bricks down already just to build at this level, and it's not lagging yet. So honestly, this is just kudos to Frog Bowl that this is running so smoothly. Let's see, using a hoist stick feels pretty nice. I never would have tried this. It's really cool. I like it. It feels like you have more granular control. I don't know. To me, it feels natural. I told Frog Bowl I'd try it just as a joke, but it honestly legit feels good. and the giant buttons on it. It's like a, honestly, it kind of feels like those kiddie rides where you like have a little tractor thing and you have the big buttons on it. I don't know, it's like a control thing. It's kind of neat. I think we're pretty good on that edge. Let's see here. All right, I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna try a couple more though. I can't remember if there's a way down. I think he just fell off the edge at this point. And there we go. Because it went over the water. 3, 1, 3. Yeah, I'm getting lost in the sauce right now. It's pretty cool. Awesome and awesome. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I'm really excited that this is playing so well. If anybody has anything else you want to discuss, let me know. I'd love to do some more chatting with y'all. I'm kind of enjoying this chatting and Minecrafting and Saturn. There's kind of some fun I'm having here. Really relaxing stream, honestly. I think I kind of lost track of time too. Usually I'm good on times of these, but I'm kind of just honestly, I'm not even gonna, you know what? I'm not even gonna put in more tiles. Just delete these. These are the water. There we go. Little thing over here. The big pool of water, I remember that. And there's some sand on the edge. I might have to put sand textures down soon. There we go. Yeah. Go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's delete a bunch of these because it's a giant water hole. There we go. There we go. Oh, questions. How do you feel about D3 compared to RE2? That one's a hard one. I think it feels more like RE. Honestly, there's gonna be some hot takes. This is like a hot take cast today, but I honestly think that I think Deep Fear has way better controls than RE2. Like, or sorry, RE1. Sorry, RE1. Not RE2. RE2 is the best. But like, I thought that RE2's control, RE1's controls like were kind of stiff, but for some reason I really like the fact you can move and shoot in Deep Fear. The voice acting was god awful. Honestly, I don't even know which one would win the voice acting worst of. Probably Deep Fear if I had to take a guess. But it's a hard situation. It probably would have honestly if it was on a different console, it probably would be like on the level of like Dino Crisis and stuff and how good it is. But I do really like it. I don't think it's being RE1 or sorry RE2, but it's probably gonna beat RE1. Yeah, I remember this one. This one there's a wall right here, and then there's a bridge over here. I remember because there's a bunch of cars I used to put over here in videos. But I do think Deep Fear is a lot of fun. I would honestly say that I do think it's a good play if you're a big fan of that series of the survival horror. And I definitely think you should play it out because it has a bunch of cool mechanics that I think are worth trying and playing, in my opinion. Here, wow. And we got a lot of questions. Sorry about that. I'm trying to catch up. Portal, thoughts on Soul Hackers 2 translation. I haven't played Soul Hackers 2. Do you mean the Soul Hackers on Saturn? Or are you talking about the one on the PlayStation and stuff? PlayStation 5. Cyber Bones, what Saturn would you... Cyber Bones, which one Saturn game would you rescue in a house fire? Probably Magic Knight Rareth because I don't want to buy it again. That game is like almost $1,000 to buy, so I don't want to buy that again. So if I had to get one, it probably would be that one just because I don't want to buy it again. Like everything else is reasonable. Like even like if I had to buy Rainbow Cotton and Cotton Boomerang again, that would suck massively. But it wouldn't be $1,000, so definitely gonna go with Magic Knight Rareth because I don't want to buy that again. That was painful buying it once, buying it twice, that's a no-no. Have there been discussion about SHIRO Magazine 2, issue 2? There's been discussions, like we've just been busy with life. I think we have stuff laid out and set out. I think we need to circle back on that, but I'd like to do it eventually. I'd like to do it eventually, to be honest. I think it's just a matter of people are just really busy. Dave's busy with stuff. I'm busy with stuff. We've just been super busy with stuff recently, so I'm hoping we can eventually get to that and get another issue up. I'd love to do another one. Wrong texture, but it's fine. I love Deep Fear. Yeah, Deep Fear was legit worse. Probably the worst voice acting. Soul Hackers 1. We had just. I wish you were to ask that before. Trekkies was just on here. He probably could have gave you more info on it, but it's still work in progress. I think there's some issues with it that he's working on, but I still think it's in a work in progress. I really wish he was back here. I did play an hour or two of Deep Fear. It would be pretty fun. The voice acting, oh god. See you later, Captain Han. Thanks for stopping by. Already. What time is it? Oh, Jesus. It's almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm probably, I'll see. Any other questions? I think I'm good. Alright, I think that's probably it. I just want to showcase a little bit of Minecraft and do some talking so we didn't bore everybody with me just sitting here for an hour and a half playing. So, I think I did a pretty good job for recreating a GM construct. Maybe a little bit deep from my memory, but I really love this map growing up, so I kind of want to see how much I could take it. And I think I did an okay rough draft. I think if I had a few more hours, I probably could get it almost 1-to-1. There's still some areas that I was missing, like there's the sand dunes over here in that little granite area. There's 2 rooms in here that were here back in the day. There was a small room where you just went down here in the hallway, and there's like a giant brick area over here, and there's another one that led down over here as well. I don't know if it connected or not. I can't remember. It's been a couple years, and I think they revamped GM Construct quite a bit since I last played it. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'm glad that you guys were able to see Minecraft on Saturn. I want to give a big shout out to Frog Bowl, who made this amazing game and amazing interpretation of Minecraft, and I'm excited to see where he takes it next. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys, thank you for watching, and remember, you must play Sega Saturn.